Let's say you are in need of a cybersecurity partner and you want to hire one. Well, before you do that, there are certain questions that you have to ask of the partner, of their clients, but most importantly, of yourself. And by answering those questions, you will be able to select the right partner for you. I'm Alexander Poisner. I am a cybersecurity strategist, author, speaker, entrepreneur, and most importantly, I am a cybersecurity expert with over 20 years of experience. I was a cybersecurity engineer, manager of operational teams, manager of consultant teams, and was leading cybersecurity companies. And today I want to share the lessons that I learned through this experience to help you to select the right cybersecurity partner. The first question to ask is how long have they held on to their clients? The reason why you want to ask this question is you want to understand how do they maintain the long-term relationship. Many companies will sell a specific solution and then move on. However, you're looking for somebody that is looking for a partnership relationship just like you. You're looking for somebody who is going to be with you long-term. You're looking for somebody who keeps constantly engaging in the conversation with their clients rather than just coming back with additional solutions. And you want somebody who is going to support you through your cycle, whether you're buying things or not, and support execution of your strategic plan and improvement in various areas of cybersecurity. So what you want to do is always ask for referrals and always ask to talk to their customers. The second consideration you're looking for is, can the company work with large and small budgets? And regardless whether you're enterprise or small business, some projects will require more money than others. You may have budget for one thing, but you may not have budget for everything you want to do. And this is where you want to understand whether your partner is able to work creatively with various budgets, whether they can recommend some open source tools, whether they recommend some free services such as awareness training that's available, or they're only interested in selling larger commercial solutions to you. Talk to their clients, understand how flexible your partner is with budgets. The third question you're going to ask from a partner is cybersecurity the core business of their company? Now, obviously, when working with larger partners, sometimes cybersecurity is not the only business they do. This is fine. However, there are three things that you want to understand when it comes to cybersecurity expertise that they have. First of all, you need to understand based on their cybersecurity expertise, are they going to be generalists or are they going to be specialized in something? Second, if cybersecurity is not a core business of their company, well, do they have an in-depth expertise that you need from the cybersecurity partner? Or can they see things holistically from a strategic perspective? And third thing is really experience. If cybersecurity is not a core business of their company, do they have enough experience with the engagements so that they can deliver a good service to you? Which brings us to the next point. Is the company security or sales focused? Now, this is a very important question to consider because if company is sales heavy, they are going to hunt for opportunities that are easy to sell, and once they've sold those solutions, they are going to move to greener pastures, meaning they're going to leave you with less support, they're going to leave you with less communication with other departments, and in short, you will be left with a partner that is not supporting you well. To avoid this, you need to look at a few things. First of all, how many technical people do they have versus salespeople? In sales-focused organizations, number of salespeople usually equals or even greater the number of technical people. Two, you need to understand whether you have just a sales account manager or you also have a technical leader that is assigned to your account. What happens when you call them? Are all of the requests going through a sales person or is a technical leader taking up the phone? Who is reaching out to you? Is it just a salesperson or technical lead is reaching out to you proactively as well? If you ask those sales and the answers gravitate toward sales, that means that you may have a problem in a long-term relationship because the organization is sales focused. And this organization will be focused on their sales strategy rather than on your cybersecurity strategy. And this brings us to another very important question. Is the company technology agnostic or are they focused on selling one or two types of technologies from a few technology vendors? Now, this is important to understand because you want a partner who is going to recommend solution based on your business and technical needs, rather than being financially motivated on the other side from the technology vendor to provide you with the solution that fits their business model. You want somebody who acts based on your security strategy rather than a technology vendor roadmap. And this is where you want to understand whether the solutions that they recommend to their clients coming from a variety of vendors or just a couple of vendors. You want to understand whether always before talking about solution, your partner is talking about requirements, asking about what you need. And if you don't get the definite answers to those questions, you need to reconsider the relationship. Now, the next question to ask is, what is the team composition of the cybersecurity company? And this time you're focusing on the technical part of the team. As you're building your cybersecurity strategy, as you are creating your cybersecurity architecture, as you're elaborating this into the design, you will need experts with a breadth of experience and knowledge in cybersecurity, such as cybersecurity strategists and architects or generalist engineers. As you start executing on specific solutions, you will need in-depth experts. This is where engineers with a lot of knowledge in specific subject come in. Now, a good cybersecurity company is going to have both. They will be able to engage the right people at the right moment. During specific implementation projects, it's going to be specialists, whether during the planning activities and design activities, it's going to be generalists. It's important to have both of those areas covered. And with the final question, you want to circle back to the long-term relation and ask, how does the customer service level differs when they are doing an engagement with you versus when you're in operational mode? And this is important because the partners always focus on project delivery rather than the post-delivery support. In this situation, you want to validate that the right experts are available to you while you're in operations, that they're getting back to you on time, that they are proactively reaching out to you and looking into certain improvements that they can do with the solution. If that line of communication is not available post the implementation, you may not have the right long-term partner. So to sum up, when you're looking for a cybersecurity partner, you're looking for a long-term relation. And you need to understand whether there is a commitment for a long-term relationship on the other end, whether the company can provide the right resources, whether company has the right technology agnostic state of mind, and whether the company has the right service level where they're technology focused. They're not trying to sell you specific solutions, but rather trying to address your needs and your cybersecurity strategy. And this is how we've built Parabellix Cybersecurity, Canada's first cyber strategy boutique firm. If you have any questions, if you need me to sit down with your team and plan on how to hire the right cybersecurity partner or how to create the cybersecurity strategy, I'm happy to help you. I'm Alexander Poisner, President of Parabellix Cybersecurity.